This is the news cycle that just never ends. I go upstairs. I'm like, all right, let's cover Kimberly Cheadle, who went on Capitol Hill and got absolutely gutted from the inside out. We'll go through some of that, and then as I'm filming that video, it's like, hey, did you know that Joe Biden's being reported as dead? I'm like, no, I did not know that. I start looking through it. It's like, yeah, he's either dead or terminally ill. And I'm like, wow, that's a big story. I feel like I should probably cover that. So I filmed that. And then while I'm filming that, I put that video up. I get up. I'm like, I'll go take a break, go to jujitsu. And then bam, out of nowhere, okay, this report comes up. And oh my God, okay? Oh my God. So I honestly think that this is so important that I'm going to tell you who this is reporting it first, because it is like, this is so serious, okay? So the Oversight Project is the Everyday Americans legal and investigative org battling corruption and weaponization. And they got 50,000. They've got the yellow check. Okay. How am I not following them? I mean, listen, dude, bottom line, this is a credible source. All right. Now, take a look at this little gem right here that we're going to look at, dude. So this is about connections between the assassin and the federal agencies, specifically the FBI, it looks like. So, okay. So that's what we're going to do, okay? And we're talking like digital footprint connections. Like, we're not talking... hey, we saw this guy who worked for the FBI in 1992, and he was walking on a street that Thomas Crooks or whatever, Crooks had lunch on 6 weeks prior. We're talking like cell phone tracked to his residence that is connected to the FBI building in DC. It was here at his house, and now it's here in an FBI building. Like that kind of connection, which is absolutely insane. I don't understand how all of these stories are real, but they are. And so that is what we're going to look at. And you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and you can say that you were here before 400,000 subscribers when I have 7 million, And you're like, I was there. I mean, listen, dude, I had less than 200,000 10 days ago. 10 days ago, I had 184,000 subscribers, and now I have whatever I have now, which is just bananas. I am incredibly grateful, and I'm happy to have all of you guys. So go ahead and like this video also, if you guys don't mind, and jump on a ship that seems to be headed in the right direction. What? All right, so check this out. The Oversight Project is reporting assassination info drop. We found the assassin's connections through our in-depth analysis of mobile ad data to track movements of Crooks and his associates. Okay. To do this, we tracked devices that regularly visited both Crooks' home and place of work and followed them. So that's pretty straightforward what they did. All right. So, this is why a special commission, not a task force, is needed. This cannot be business as usual. Business as usual almost got Donald Trump killed. Congress has already shown an inability to compel information. Yeah, that's exactly right, because they straight up could not get her to answer any questions today. That was infuriating, dude. So here we go. Someone who regularly visited Crooks' home and work also visited a building in Washington, D.C. located in Gallery Place. This is in the same vicinity as an FBI office in June 26th, 2023. Whose device is this? Are you serious? Seriously, whose device is this? Okay. If this is the FBI, then I feel like we should probably know exactly why the FBI was in the house of a guy who was in a BlackRock commercial and then subsequently took shots at the president. Okay? I don't understand why. It's always citizen journalists who find this stuff. Like, why can't you tell us if stuff like this happens? Unless there is something that you're trying to cover up, Unless there's something you're trying to cover up. Like, what is this? Like the woman in that extra grilled the Secret Service director today. She's like, why won't you tell us how many shells were on the roof? Okay, you're telling us you know how many shells were on the roof. The slanted roof, there should be zero, right? There should be zero shells on the roof because it's so slanted that it's too dangerous for Secret Service to be on, which means that, the spent casings would have slid right off because it's just so slanted. But no, she won't answer that question, right? And so it's like, all right, well, can you explain why there is cell phone data from a person who is in the shooter's house, who again is in a BlackRock commercial, so obviously knows someone at BlackRock, and is going to the plaza where the FBI is, like a year ago. Who is this? Okay. Now, another device linked to Crooks visited Plymouth, Massachusetts. So here you go. Pittsburgh to, you can see this tracking here. It's at a hotel in Plymouth. I don't know what that means exactly. We found a device linked to Crooks' work that traveled to Butler, Pennsylvania on July 4th and July 8th. And then this device stopped all activity July 12th. Huh? Sounds like a burner, right? Stopped at, there's a Home Depot. And then this is where he worked. This is where he worked. Device linked to his work. So it's probably like a burner. One device linked to Crooks visited Allegheny Arms. So this is some kind of gun shop, right? And then here's all the relevant locations within Bethel Park, Pennsylvania that are linked to both Crooks' home and a place of work. Okay, so it looks like you've got Tang Sudo Karate College, Bethel Park Laundromat, Flora Garden. I don't really know. Oh, this is actually blacked out. Oh, it's got to be an address probably. These are addresses, I would imagine. Then goes to the work, school. I don't really know what to make of this, to be honest. Okay, for those who are tracking this type of data, we identified devices that were located at Crooks' home and his work within the last year. There were at least 9 devices linked to those 80 IDs. We are willing to cooperate with legitimate investigations and share further information. For the protection of whistleblowers and our investigation, we will not be sharing further information with the congressional task force due to the connective tissue between that entity and FBI and U.S. Secret Service other entities. That's wild. Do you understand what they're saying right there? They're saying they won't share this with the feds and the U.S. Secret Service because they're afraid that their whistleblowers are going to get got. That's wild, but not unreasonable. And then here's the Secret Service is right there. This guy says, is that coincidence? Because over here on the right is where the devices were, and then over here is Secret Service. Listen, dude, if it didn't go to the Secret Service, then yeah, it probably is coincidence. Because if the FBI is over there, it's not, a huge shock that the Secret Service building would be close to there. But what on earth is going on, man? Like, I thought this guy's a loner that has no friends. Remember? Mr. No Friendo over there. I have no... listen, man. What I do know is that he wore military fatigues, and he was just always, getting made fun of. I never saw him with anyone. So would you say he's a loner? Yes, I would definitely say he's a loner, and specifically a lone gunman. Why are you saying it like that? What? Like what? You sound like you're saying it because you want it to be a soundbite. No. He just was a loner/lone gunman. Definitely no one connected to this guy. No friends, no contacts, no nothing. That just is what it is, man. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me about him that are not connected to, him being a lone gunman? They're like, yeah, I have a lot. He's like, well, I can't answer any of them. All I can tell you is that he was bullied. He has no friends. He's a lone gunman. All right. Well, thank you for your contributions, guy. This is the shadiest thing ever, man. You know? But honestly, you want to know one thing that I want to talk about in this video that I kind of forgot to talk about in my previous video, the one that's up right now about with Kimberly Cheadle, is I really genuinely do not understand how are they allowed to go up there and just like not answer questions? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can they do that? They go up there, they're all right, yeah, listen, thank you so much for your interest in this, but I'm just not going to answer that. You're all, why are you not going to answer that? Why would you get to not answer that? Well, it's an FBI investigation. You're all right. But you know what? I think the American people deserve to know. How many shells were on the roof? Do you hear how many people think that this is a conspiracy that you were involved in? People think you did this. Yeah, I understand. I don't think you do. Would you quell some suspicion and answer a fucking question, for God's sake? Anyway, I don't know what to make of this, dude. But, the story about the chick that was behind Trump and, it's identified as FBI. They're all, it's not FBI, though. It's this other woman. It's like, okay. Well, are we going to interview her? Are you sure? You don't think that we could get a patsy to pretend like it's, I don't know, man. I don't trust any of this shit. But that happened. So cell phone data connecting the FBI to our buddy over there. So do with that information what you will. That's all I got. Love you guys. Bye-bye.